Welcome once again. If you make it to this video, then it simply means you have interest in my accounting management system. So I'm going to walk you through how it works. You don't need to be an expert in Excel to use this because most of what you are going to do is to enter your business financial transaction. That's all. You don't need to enter any formula. You don't need to code anything. Enter your business financial transaction and the system calculates everything. Immediately you open this system, the first thing you come across is the accounting dashboard. So you can filter the information here on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, quarterly basis, or on a yearly basis. Now, when you change this to any time period, the KPIs and variables within this dashboard adjust. By the bottom side here, you have your total sales, your expenses, your net profit, your cash and bank, your VAT payable, your inventory value, account payable, and account receivable. So from this dashboard, you will get a snapshot of what is happening in the business and how are your numbers going. Is it on the positive side or on the negative side? Now, the system is designed in such a way that you won't be able to edit this. However, I will show you a way to go about it in case if you are a professional and you would like to tweak the system to your own taste. But rest assured, if there are updates, we'll definitely send them to you. At the bottom side here, we have recent invoices. So you get to see the invoice that was recently issued. And then you have the alert and notification where you can get to see things that needs your attention at different time interval. Then when you scroll down a little, you have some navigation buttons here. And then you also have a navigation pane by the side that takes you to different accounts and different pages where you enter your business transactions. But first things first, navigate and click on the company setup so you can enter your company information. So all you need to do is change everything that looks blue. That's exactly what you are editing. And this is the same pattern across the entire system. Any sheet you open, any page you open, as long as you see something in blue, then you can edit it. But if it is not in blue, allow it. You can't even edit those that are not in blue because it has been designed for you not to edit. These are places where are auto-generated or are connected using Excel functions. So take your time to enter all your company information, and once you are done, then you navigate to the customer setup and then enter the list of customers you have. You all know that once you have your product, the next thing is who is going to buy from you. So as you get a customer, you begin to enter their information from the start. Now, I have set a sample in order for you to see how this works and just to test the entire system. But in your situation, you can just come here, right click on it, and then clear content. That's exactly what you need to do. Then you navigate to this one in blue as well, then clear content. You navigate to this and also clear content. Then finally, this other one, then you also clear content. That's exactly what you need to do. After you've done that, then you can begin to enter your own information one after the other. You can choose a customer code, for example, COO1. You hit enter. Then you give the customer a name, enter the contact person, the phone number, email address, company address, your opening balance, your outstanding balance, the credit limits for that customer, the total sales the customer made, and many other things that are captured here. So, like I said, the only thing you need to change is those in blue. Now, I will press Ctrl Z in order to bring back all those in blue so you can get a sample of what you need. After you've exhausted this list, then you can expand the table. And to do that, you need to unprotect this sheet, meaning you navigate to the view tab here and then you click unprotect, and that's all. Then you have the opportunity to select this cell, enter another information there, and then hit enter. The table will auto expand and capture other details and information. And once you are done making edits, then you go back and click protect. Then you just click OK, and that's it. Nobody else can make changes to it. It does not have any password encrypted to it. It does not have anything. So you are free and you can use it across devices. So this is what we have in regards to customer information. Now let's navigate to supplier. So exactly what you did in regards to customer is exactly what you'll be doing here. Select those in blue and clear the content. Then you select this one and select this and also clear before you now begin to enter your own suppliers. I hope you get the message. Once you are done with that, then you navigate to the product page and then you enter your own product. You can see that the product code is named using P001, P002, P003, and so on. So give it the product an ID. You can go from P001, P002, or you can enter your own ID of your choice. It is in blue color, meaning you can actually make changes to it. Enter the item name, the category, the unit of measurement, the cost, the selling price, and other information you need to enter here. Once you are done with that, then you navigate to bank account and enter your bank information. This is very important because it will show how much you have in your bank account, how much you've spent in trying to make transaction, and that will reflect in your financial statement. I hope you get the message. So only enter the information in blue and the system is designed to do all the calculations for you. So if you navigate to invoices, then you enter your invoice item and then fill in the other information by entering your customer code and other information like the customer name, and those which are not in blue color will autofill. All you need to do is enter those in blue color, enter this one in blue color across different interval. I hope you get the message. And once you are done with that, then you also navigate to the invoice line. Now, I would like to explain the difference between the invoices and invoice line. Now, this one here that is captured as invoices, this is the title, the sales invoice, is basically list of each invoice. List of what? Each invoice. And I believe you know that within a single invoice, there are multiple products, isn't it? So, but for sales invoice, we have the list of one invoice at a time. The first customer that buys invoice one, the second customer invoice two, the third customer invoice three, and so on. I hope you get the message. And then if you now want to capture the detail included in all of this invoice, then you now need to go to the invoice lines, which is this one here. Now, it's designed in such a way that you are tracking the content within each invoice. For example, the first one is invoices attributed to number 3. Now, you see the product code. That means these two products is captured within invoice 3. And then this other 3 products is within invoice 4, meaning one invoice can have multiple products. So this is how you record the list. Then the next invoice captures 2 products. The same explanation applies all the way till the end. Then we have a line item that you can just continue from there. So if you come here, you just type L0031, you enter, that's all. Then you just specify the invoice ID and then you continue from here. So if you change your invoice ID on this row, then you definitely need to change the invoice ID from this as well. I hope you get, so that they will be consistent. When you take a careful look at it, you get to understand what I'm trying to say. Now, after that, then you move to receipts. After customer make payment, of course, you are to issue receipt to them, right? Once you issue receipt, then you record it within this line. You enter the customer code, you enter the invoice the receipt is being issued for, the amount and other information that needs to be entered here. You can see them in blue color. So you are definitely entering all this information. When you navigate to bills, the idea behind invoice is exactly what we have here. Because if a company wants to make payments, it can design a single bill or it can issue a single bill. But within that bill, sometimes there are multiple things that the company is paying for. So within the supplier's bill, you identify each bill one at a time. So The first bill the company issued is number one. The second bill is number two. Even though each of these bill can have different varieties of products the company actually supply for. So those variety across each individual bills can then be captured under the bill lines. You can see that we have bill one that has three products the company actually ordered for. Then we have bill two that also have three products, bill seven that has three products, and then bill 11 has three products, but bill 12 has what? Four products. So all the individual products across the different bills, you are to outline all of them here. And the list goes down. You can't exhaust it because Excel is very large. So that's the same concept I explained in regards to customers. Then you navigate to payment. Whenever you made payment after a bill has been issued, then you make your payments, you now record it within this sheet. After that, then you navigate to expenses. If the business incurred any operating expenses, it should be captured here. After expenses, then you can navigate to journal entries. This is the part where you now begin to record your entries in your journal. Then aside that, you can also click on stock movement in order to track your stock. So whenever a product is bought, after the bill has been issued, the payment has been recorded. Once you receive the product, then you now record them within your inventory list such that when a sale is made and it was captured in your invoice, it will automatically deduct from your inventory and then it will show you your current inventory level on your dashboard. The system has been automated to do all of that. All you need to do is observe the pattern of the sample information we have here. If possible, print the sample out so you can use this as a guide to actually go about that. Now, attached to the download folder of this document where you download this system application, there is a Word document that actually explain all of these in detail. You can actually go through it to get more information. Then if you want to reconcile your bank transfer and payment with your business transaction, you click on bank transactions here. Then you can now begin to record payments that are made to you to the bank or withdrawals you made from the bank. Now, remember that we've recorded our bank accounts earlier by clicking on this for bank accounts. Now, all the information you entered there, including the amount you currently have in balance, is connected to this sheet, such that if you now enter a record of your withdrawal or deposit, it will automatically add to that balance or reduce from that balance. I hope you get the message. So if you scroll down, you can then check your general journal, which is something that looks like this. Then if you scroll down, you can check your try balance. And at the end of the day, your account must balance. You can see it at the bottom side here. Then after that, you can then check your profit and loss, which is automated for you. You can see the date, 1st January 2026 to 22nd April 2026. This is because I selected quarter in my what? Dashboard. I hope you understand. So if I change it from my dashboard to yearly, then it will definitely display my yearly data for me here. I hope you get the message. The same thing applies to my profit and loss. The same thing applies to balance sheet and the same applies to cash flow. Now, if I have goods that customer buy from me on credit, that's my trade receivables, or otherwise called account receivables, isn't it? Then I can scroll down to age receivables in order to keep track on which customer owe me and how many days have they owed money to my company. So I can actually track them and know what to do in order to recover this money to the business. I hope you understand. So if I scroll down here, we have a summary of the total outstanding. You can see this is not clickable, but if you want, you can just click on protect worksheet. Then you have the liberty to actually expand the sheet so you can view more information. So this is a summary of my receivables. The first entry here is the current amount, which is not yet aged. Then the next one is overdue by 1 to 30 days. And then the next line are those that are overdue for more than 31 days. And this is the total of my account receivable. I hope you get the message. With this, you can easily track and know which customer is owing you and which customer has already what paid, and by how many days do they owe you. It's designed to automatically appear this way because, as you can see, there is no blue text within this sheet, meaning you don't need to enter anything. It's automated. As long as you enter the right information in the previous sheets, which are in blue color, then this should populate for you. I hope you get the message. Now, the same thing applies for accounts payable. You can see the billing ID, the supplier's name, and then if you scroll, the same logic applies, similar to the explanation I have made for account receivables. Now, if you scroll down, then you can set up your VAT. If you are in Nigeria, what is the current VAT rate in regards to sale? You set it up. Then you enter the other information you need at this point, and that's it. Everything will be calculated for you. So you have this navigation pin to move across the different pages and record your information, and you are good to go. So let's navigate back to the dashboard and then change this from quarter to yearly. I love it whenever it is on yearly basis because most accounting transactions are being tracked on a yearly basis. So this is it. If you have any other information or you need more explanation about all of this, don't forget to contact me using the number displayed on your screen. Send a WhatsApp message and I will respond to you. And if you have any system you would like us to create for you, be it employee management system, be it advanced inventory record, just send a message and we'll get to work on it. So thank you very much and I will see you on the other side.